The word for offering, kuyo, in Sanskrit originates from the word pujana, an extension of the word component puj, which signifies respect and worship. Hence, the word for offering reflects a profound meaning of the expression of respect from the heart.
There are 10 honorable titles of Buddha, namely, thus come 1, worthy of offerings, right and universal knowledge, perfect clarity and conduct, well attained, understanding the world, an excel worthy, trainer of people, teacher of heavenly and human beings, Buddha, the world-honored one.
One of these titles, Arhat, means worthy of offerings and respect. The Buddha is the one most worthy of offerings. Therefore, the organization dedicated to the sustenance and actualization of the true law is also the one worthy of offerings. The significance of contribution lies in the expression of honor towards the Buddha and the organization dedicated to the realization of the true law.
In the Buddhist scripture, there is a story of the wealthy merchant named Sudatta, who built the Jetavana monastery as an offering to Shakyamuni.
Long ago in India, there was a man named Sudatta who lived with his wife. Although they were old and extremely poor, they cherished deep faith in the Buddha's teaching. One day, while Sudatta was away from home, his wife bought a small amount of rice that he had managed to obtain. She would share it with him when he came home. Just as she finished cooking, one of Shakyamuni's disciples came to the door with a begging bowl in his hands. When Sudatta's wife saw him, she bowed respectfully and placed a helping of freshly cooked rice in his bowl. Soon, other senior disciples of the Buddha came by, one after another. Sudatta's wife made an offering of rice to each of these visitors. Finally, Shakyamuni himself appeared at her door. At his request for some food, Sudatta's wife gladly offered him all of the remaining rice. A little later, Sudatta returned home. He was extremely hungry.
I'm starved. Can I have something to eat?
His wife looked at him straight in the eyes and asked him,
If Shakyamuni's disciples come begging at our door, would you make him an offering?
Of course. If he had any food, I would offer it, even if it meant going hungry myself.
His wife then asked,
And if other disciples and Shakyamuni himself were to come requesting for food, what would you do?
You know the answer to that. If he had any food, I would naturally offer it to him.
After listening to Sudatta, a smile appeared on his wife's face and said,
As a matter of fact, Shakyamuni's disciples and he himself did visit today. I'm so happy that I offered them all the food you worked so hard for.
Sudatta too smiled and said,
What you did was wonderful. It's bound to eradicate of negative karma and bring us good fortune.
It is said that the benefit of his wife's offering of rice resulted in Sudatta becoming a person of great wealth and influence. The wife's unhesitating decision and her husband's joy at that decision exemplifies the timeless spirit of joyful offering arising from pure faith, which does not long for returns. Such joy is the true spirit of offering. It is the wellspring of abundant good fortune.
During the era of Nichiren Daishonin, his disciples also made offerings to him. Their offerings included coins, rice, yams, fruits and food, clothing, daily provisions, stationery, and even horses for transportation. The Daishonin was aware that all of these offerings were the precious earnings from their hard work, as well as reverence of pure faith. Therefore, he wrote more than 160 letters to thank his disciples for their offerings. It is the heart that is important. The Daishonin has mentioned the importance of the heart. Similarly, in making offerings, it is also the heart that is important.
In another Gosho passage, the Daishonin teaches, however, as for the matter of becoming Buddha, ordinary people keep in mind the words earnest resolve and and thereby become Buddhas. Hence, earnest resolve is the fundamental spirit in doing Gokuyo. Deep and strong faith is the quintessential of attaining Buddhahood. It is not the monetary amount but the pure intention and heart that are most important. The Gonzon is all-encompassing. Our virtues and benefits are determined by our faith.
The spirit of offering Gokuyo in SGM started in the early 80s. Members from all over the country, in order to support the first and second national cultural festivals, contributed selflessly with great joy to make these events a success. This noble tradition has continued until today, becoming a tradition of profound meaning. Monetary offerings in the Gakkai is different from donations in secular society. It has to come from one's faith. With strong faith, abundant benefits and virtues will emerge, and one will be praised by Nichiren Daishonin. Let us summon forth our courage and gratitude in making these offerings. Through our joyful offerings, we will not only enrich our lives, but more importantly, we will also accumulate boundless benefits and virtues.